Greetings, genuine Biafrans all over the world. And greetings, lovers of freedom all over the world. Umife, Omaka Mene, each and every one of us watching Keta. This is Biafran Exodus TV, always bringing you the message of redemption and liberation to the hearts and the minds of our people. You know, they are aware, and you know they are aware. And we all can testify about that. Don't forget that. The way I know Chiradi. When I think here, when I get to Kanikai, Ndomiri, Ndoazo, kind of wish you mine. I got the cage, I can eat na wow. Over a buani, Gebu Waha. Oberangay and the Bulai, Bonagela, Bupapale and Nazo. When you're done, it's Chojo, but as I want nature, it's Chojo, it's Chojo, and I return back to that person before execution. Now, Fatiku Kabiama, he said. Let me go straight to the point why I'm here this morning, or this afternoon, or this evening, depending on your time zone. Biafrans all over the world can see the light. They can see the light. They can see what? The light. And this is a good news, and this is a testimony. Biafrans represent light. Biafrans represent peace, to natural peace. Biafrans represent equity and justice on their like area. Those that cherish it. Biafrans represent equity and justice to them. Biafrans represent progress wherever they find themselves. Probably find and with the progress there. When they were with one Nigeria, Biafrans brought progress to one Nigeria. Brought what? Progress to one Nigeria. We all can testify to that. After that civil war, the Nigerian government, with the help of the world powers, they wanted to eradicate each and every one of us. Kind weapon at the surface of this world. But Obinigwe, the God who made the heaven and earth, who created us, who made us his own children, just like he made the children of Israel like his own children. Remember the covenant that he had with us. And he said no. God said no to that wish of the devil. And all glory and honor return back to him, because no man shares God's own glory. Because when you talk about God, and then those people are cheerful that I with a connection with Chiko Kabiama. I with a relate with Chiko Kabiama even before the Dutch Abute religion and about Christian. We have already known God before we try religion. And the only reason why Ndibo Biafrans will accept that Christianity and Bobrawo, because they also came in the name of that Chiko Kabiama that we believe. I say, whoa. Even who believe in, I believe the same God who made the heaven and earth, not by God who know our daughter. We are one. Without knowing that man, they brought that religion now with an evil intention, even though using the name of God. But what they preach in that religion now, what they wrote in that religion now, what they wrote in that Bible now, they were actually talking about us. It was everything about us, we, the Biafrans. You can believe it, you can choose not to believe it. But what I'm trying to tell you here, what I'm trying to state out here is a fact of which you can search for, you can research it. You can put the evidence there. And whatever we do here is for us to bring the message of redemption and liberation to the heart and the minds of our people. These people conspired, cannot eradicate. But Tobinigbe told them, no. And I have a living proof for you about that. How I wish I will lay my hands on it right now. Let me see if I can find it right now as soon as possible. Just give me. How I wish I will lay my hands on it. That's not very, very important if I can see it. How I wish. It's here. Listen, Kuno Gente. When we hear this man here, some people are used to get, some people are forget. Some people are forget, some people use banana, we analyze. But I want to play something here for me to extract something. Kuno will pay attention.
Now listen to the words of late Billy Graham. The Igbo race can never be erased. The Igbo nation can never be erased. The Igbo...
Do you hear that? Number one takeaway. The Igbo nation, the Igbo race, Biafrans can never be erased. They can never be erased. Do you know the reason why? Because we are the light of this world. But time will tell. Pay attention. So that anyone will move Biafra. I want us from the depth of our heart. I want the Biafrans at large, all over the world, to know actually who they are. Those that are answering Biafra. If you know that you have been attached to that name, Biafra, genuinely know who you are. Number one, you as a genuine Biafrans, we can never ever be erased on this surface of the earth as long as this earth remains. Real Nobi. On that I told you, actually put up the shine. And they can't. And that's the man here to prove it.
No matter how you try, you cannot erase the Igbo nation. Watch your back.
There comes a time when truth must rise from the ashes of silence. A time when the voice of the past breaks through the walls of history and shouts into the present. That time is now. That voice is the voice of the Igbo people, a people so powerful in spirit, so unbreakable in will, that even the mighty British Empire trembled at the sound of their name. They didn't fear the Igbo because they were violent. No. They feared the power of their mind, the strength of their unity, and the depth of their culture. The British Empire, with all its guns and global power, was shaken by a tribe that refused to bow, refused to break, refused to be erased. You see, the Igbo were never just another group of people to be colonized. They were a force of resistance, a pillar of self-rule, a threat to imperial lies. The Igbo believed in freedom long before the West defined it. They believed in justice before the colonizer could spell it. They governed themselves with systems so sophisticated that even European scholars were stunned. They didn't need kings appointed by foreigners. They chose their own leaders. They didn't need foreign religion to find God. They walked with him in spirit and in truth. That is what frightened the empire. Not their weapons, but their wisdom. Not their violence, but their vision. So the British tried to rewrite their story. They tried to brand them rebels, savages, pagans, because they feared their truth. But you cannot bury a people whose roots go deeper than any empire's foundation. You cannot silence a voice that carries the thunder of ancestors and the fire of future generations. The Igbo stood tall when others knelt. They fought back when others surrendered. They dared to say no to injustice, even when the price was blood. That is why they were sold in chains across the Atlantic, because colonizers feared what would happen if the world saw their strength. That is why the world has been silent about their legacy, because their existence exposes the lies of colonial narratives. But the truth is rising now. The descendants of the Igbo are rising. The world will know that the empire feared the Igbo because the Igbo were never meant to be ruled. They were meant to lead.
There is a lot more he said in regards to we, the Igbos, Biafrans. That's the month he said here. Ramasi Kamdia Kawara again. Kodowegana, Yoku here. Or you want the video, you could go down, watch. This is self-explanatory to all layman understanding. What am I trying to bring that here? We, Biafrans, have seen the light. We can never be eradicated on the surface of this planet. We can never be quenched. Because Omotuchukunas we kind, Okera is separate, Okera is special. When any other race also don't know what. Chukuna Kerai more special than every other race all over the world. Ndocha for only Nekuana will go nocha. Also, we will take the Christianity in a buy. But only in mindset here, or the conscience here, he spoke the truth. And the religion with the Christianity, I don't know what your job because the thing talked about good life. He talked about good relationship with humanity. He talked about good relationship with God. He talked about how to love one another, how to protect one another, how to design, how to care for one another. Of which we, the original Igbos, that is our nature. That Bible they brought to us, that is our truly nature of we. That's why we accepted it. Without even knowing. But how we treat that in your man? With a bad intention. Don't get us twisted. How we treat that in your man? With a bad intention. And we get bad intention now. Because I'm a very good relationship with our chi, with our own God. How we try that relationship out. So that God can have also. Whereas we have to no good line. While we are paying attention with that good relationship with God and with them as humanity, their intention now will put a line. You know, you're buried in a good line of each time and I am a rock. I see about when I'm okay today. Or this is a religion or we are job. Or this is a matter matrachine kenna. Or Uzi an offense. On the child be crying at Chineke no. Or this is a China Chineke on this. Because of that emotional blackmail and hammer. But being a child of God is not a crime. Serving humanity is not a crime. Caring for one another is never a crime. They bastardize all these good qualities. Some of us need to today. But Biafrans have seen the light. They have known the truth. And there's nothing you're going to do to take away that truth away from them. They know who they are. They know their qualities. They know their potentials. And they are living according to that, their God's own divine potentials. Honor in their DNA. They know who they are. Biafrans have seen the light. And it have brought, the storm is over. The storm of treasury is over. The storm of bastardizing is over. The storm of blackmailing, the storm of propaganda against me is over. And they now brought their enemies among us, using us, which is inside us, to finish everything, to render everything useless, to bastardize everything, to make a mockery of our freedom. Still yet, they were not able to achieve that, their evil attention. Now, what is going on? I'm talking about the last battle, the in-house enemy last battle. What is going on there? Biafrans are giving them woto 247, both online and offline. Whenever they bring that their evil intention, their lies, their propaganda, Biafrans will be there, going to the platform, finishing them, treating all their messed up, telling them at their face, you people are liars, you people are gone. You people can never deceive us any longer because they have seen the light. They put the light here. If you have never seen the light, put the light here. This is the light. This is the light. This is the light. This is the light. PM Samoneba. Botongozo Arabese, USB government. This is the light of the nation, USB. This is the light. All eyes must focus on this light. If you have never been part of this light, if you are not connected to yourself as a Biafran to this light in the here, which is USB government, one waiting you get, you have missed out and you are lost. And don't get us twisted. This is the light. And this is the light that everybody must come together, whether you like it or not. Whether you are saying all manners of rubbish, whether you are pretending or you are not pretending, this is the light. If you are not part of this light, you are gone. You are gone. You are wasting your time. That is a simple truth, and that is a fact. That nobody should mess around. Nobody should play around with. That's what I'm going to. And look at where this light is heading to. Look at the way this light is heading to. The light on the head. The light on the head. This is where this light is heading to. This is the dream of that light. After the bondage, after the slavery, after the castigation, after the buying, after the million people, after every fabricated lie against we, after the eradication, like they want to take us out of the surface of the earth. This is the way the light is taken. This is the dream of the hope of Biafra. A beautiful, beautiful nation. Sanctified, clean, everything around here, job everywhere, position everywhere, good government everywhere, civilization everywhere, innovation everywhere. That is where the light is taking us to. And that is where all our eyes need to feast to. Don't allow anybody to distract you out of this light. Don't allow anybody to remove you from this hope. Don't allow anybody to take you away from this faith that we have, this common faith that we have. And once you remain resolute, once you remain unstoppable, once you remain unshakable, once you remain unbribable, that light is you, and you're going to bring it to come to manifestation. And this is the end point of the destination of what we are fighting for. I love you all from the depth of my heart. This is Biafran Exodus TV. Why not be there? You might dispose him as only with a conscience. You click the like button, you share the program to other platforms for them to receive the light and for them to share the light and for them to be part of that light. But if you feel like you want to be greedy, you want to be selfish, you're doing it, you want to promote this channel, man, that is your business. And Biafran Spirit will always find his best way to promote his work. Because those are much in the we're not continuing next 99. We're not continuing to preserve. Check every platform of the USB broadcasters. Great things are happening there. Good news are going there. They have the focus. I want to the government. They do things on their own, voluntarily, happily, and willingly. And maybe each and every one of them. So, they will hope to see you and come across your way some other times. It's not me here, and I can come. Everyone be on our watch. I love you all. If I come across your way some other time, peace out. There.